Lees will go back to Kieran Westwood. Good sight for Wednesday fans to see him back in the goal today. He's such a key player for Wednesday over the years. And Lawrence brings it down to Ledley. Ledley with the beard. He's tackled, but it still ricochets to Nugent. He gets it back to Lawrence here, the former Rotherham United loanee. The cross now towards Wisdom. Wisdom's got Russell in support. Russell will look for it here and collect it on the right-hand side. And he gets the return back from Wisdom. Now he plays it towards the far post. Nugent's headed it back across goal, and it's blasted into the air by Vidra.
An orthodox 4-4 and then one in behind, and the Vidra has just sat in there, and a couple of times Kieran Lee's been the one to pick him up.
Ball played through, and here's a chance for Vidra again. He goes down. The referee's going to give a penalty here. Glenn Leuven's made the foul. And what will we see in terms of a card? The double jeopardy rule may well just save Glenn Leuven's. No, he sent him off. It's a red card for Glenn Leuven's. Just 3 minutes into the game. But Glenn Leuven's has returned to the team, lasting 3 minutes. It gets worse for Sheffield Wednesday. They've lost their captain. Vidra's got the chance for Derby County to give them a 1-goal lead. Glenn Leuven's sent off. Kieran Westwood, can he be the hero? Vidra steps up, wearing 23, and he sends it into the goal. Sends Westwood diving to his right. He slips it down the middle, and Derby County with a perfect start here. But a nightmare for Sheffield Wednesday. They lose their captain to a red card. Vidra scores a penalty. Derby 1, Wednesday 0. Here's Hooper for Wednesday, edge of the box, has got a lot of work to do. He heads it backwards here towards Hunt. Hunt down the line towards Hooper. Hooper sees what his options are. He's got a couple of players in the box. Here's Wallace. Hooper will now turn and run for the penalty area himself. Wallace still going. Good tight control. Spreads it backwards here to Barry Bannon. Bannon towards Fletcher. Tries to get the return to Bannon. He's got it there. Bannon left corner of the penalty area. Now here is Reach for Wednesday. Still got Bannon in support. Finds Bannon again. Bannon nudges it into the box. Plays a 1-2 with Hooper. Cross comes in. Appeal for a handball. Not given. But it has come off the chest of Wisdom and behind for a corner, John Newson.
Yeah, nice bit of play, wasn't it? First time, 11 minutes in, first time we've had a touch.
Corner taken quickly and short here by Wednesday. Bannon's crossed it in, but it's not a good delivery, and it is headed clear. Now here is Hunt for Wednesday. Gets it back into the box. That looked like it could have been a handball, but nothing given as it hit Vidra. Vidra's ball forward to Nugent. There's a man in Lawrence racing across on the right. It's Lawrence. He's one-on-one with the keeper. It's Lawrence. It's 2-0. Oh no, it's not. It's come off the post. Unbelievable. What a miss by Lawrence. He flicked it over the keeper. It was trickling into the goal. And then the post rescues Wednesday. It looked as if it was going in. John Newsom, it comes off the post. And there was Kieran Lee to clear. Unbelievable.
Absolutely, yeah. Crazy. What a crazy game. 11-12 minutes in.
What he's seen with Glenn Leuven's the captain sent off after 3 minutes. Vidra scoring the resulting penalty. And then that moment ago when Lawrence hit the post when he really should have scored. Reach works it forward to Fletcher. Fletcher controls nicely, should win a free kick here, but the referee's not given anything and allows Derby to move forward now. Wednesday just hold them up, and it's chipped over the top. Keogh's through one-on-one, and now Westwood makes the save. Did he use his hand outside the area? The referee says no. It looked as if it could have been an arm there. Wednesday get away with it once more. How on earth was Keogh running unmarked through the middle of the Wednesday defence? Derby looking for a second, and they are getting closer. The Derby fans now protesting at the referee for not sending off Kieran Westwood. As this one is lifted to the far post, there was a man on his own. It always seems to be a man stood in a good 5 yards of space, John Newsom, when Derby want them, and
yeah,
on that occasion it was Keogh. Fletcher inside to Bannon again. Bannon will jog forward here, but he's closed down quickly by a number of white shirts as Reach goes backwards now towards Fox. Here's Tom Lees. Lees to Lee. Kieran Lee on halfway. Runs over the halfway line, finds Adam Reach on the left. Reach will go backwards here towards Fox. And now here's Ross Wallace, who will play this one backwards towards Tom Lees again. Now Wallace, Oxford 1, Rotherham 1, an equaliser for Oxford.
Got no elbow.
Here's Fletcher's flicked it on. He's found Hooper. Hooper's into the penalty area. It's Gary Hooper for Wednesday. He goes down, and it's a corner. The tackle from behind, and there was a tangling of legs there. Hooper wants a penalty, but the referee says that the ball was won.
You know, I do agree with him that, you know, we've not had the rub of the green of late.
Here's the corner, and it's played in by Wallace and headed away by Derby. Reach gets it back towards Hunt. Hunt's ball forward. Finds Hooper. Hooper inside towards Bannon. Hooper again. Hooper moves inside, slips it backwards now towards Fox. Here is Kieran Lee. Bannon, left-hand side. He's got Reach and Lee in support. Bannon forced backwards here. Finds Kieran Lee in the end. Bannon, back to Lee. Good football between Bannon and Lee. Slipped down the left by Lee. Reach will try and keep it in, but he won't. Will he? Yes, he will. It's crossed in towards Fletcher. Now forced to Hooper. Smashes it over the bar. Goal kick given. It looked as if the ball had just gone out of play to me as Reach crossed that one in, but the referee and the assistant said no. Quite sure how he managed to find Reach there, but he did. Now it's chipped over the top towards Hunt, and Hunt will win a corner here. Forsyth heads it behind. Wednesday showing a bit of bottle here, John.
Yeah, that was better, you know. Great ball from Hooper out to the left-hand side, chops it back into Bannon, and Jack Hunt then gets on his bike, analysing how we were going to sort of like solve the formation of Derby, and all of a sudden you get a man off.
Here's the corner coming into the far post. It's Fletcher's header. Oh, it's just wide. It went to the far post. Fletcher headed it down into the ground. It bounced up, and then as Scott Carson looked across his line to see where the ball would finish, it was just past the post. Pressure from Lawrence. Wallace holds on to it, nudges it back towards Fox, but it was good pressing from Derby there. Now here's Kieran Lee in towards Barry Bannon. Bannon looks up, tries to lift it over the top to Fletcher. Fletcher's got past his man, it's Fletcher! He goes down! Is it a penalty? The ref waves it away and says no. Fletcher got him behind. It was a little chip ball over the top. Hooper protests. Carlos Cavalial sinks to his knees. He cannot believe that it's not a penalty. Fletcher was through on goal, and just as he was about to pull the trigger, John Newsom, the ref says no, and still Carlos Cavalial down on his knees. He cannot believe it. Here come Derby again. Russell shots, and Westwood scrambled across at his near post. I'm not sure if he saw that one late or what, but he's palmed it behind for a corner.
Great strike and a good save, but I was just looking at the back post. There was a Nugent had pulled off the back of Jack Hunt, and Ledley was over again, so they got two men over the back of Jack Hunt. If he just stood it up on the far post, I think we're in real bother.
Here's Russell. Russell on the right-hand side gets his cross in. It's a dangerous one, and it's bluffed at the far post by Vidra. Just had to connect, and it was 2-0. He's mishit it. It's a goal kick.
What a very good chance for Derby County. Russell has it on the right-hand side here, and he chops up onto his left.
Bannon will try and get there. He does. Loops it up towards Fletcher. Wednesday picking at scraps at the moment, though, as Derby come forward again. This is a big moment in the game. Derby just up the pressure again a little bit recently here. Wednesday have to stand tall as this one's flicked forward. The flag has stayed down. Russell's there. Big save, Westwood.
Great save.
Flag stayed down. There was chaos in the box. There's 2 or 3 white shirts were there. They judged that Russell was onside. Westwood makes the save to keep it 1-0.
Into the home side and the supporters, and you've just got to keep going. You've got to keep plugging away, doing what you're doing.
Here we go. Maybe Wallace a chance for Wednesday here. Wallace in towards Hooper. It's Gary Hooper inside the penalty area. Back to the edge of the box, and Lee's shot is blocked. It comes back to Kieran Lee on the right-hand side. Wednesday will retain the ball and find Wallace. There's 2 in the middle for Wallace. Will he try and get a cross in here? He slips it down the line towards Jack Hunt. Hunt in towards Bannon. What can Barry Bannon do? Edge of the penalty area, wearing number 10. He's clipped it in. Is that a handball? Nothing given. Bannon back into the box, finds Hooper. It's Bannon again. It's Bannon across goal. It's saved by Carson, who manages to tip it away. Is it behind for the corner? The ref says no, it is kept in by Derby. I'm not sure if that was a cross or a shot by Barry Bannon, or a bit of both. Eases through to Ross Wallace here, the Scottish winger. Plays it down the line. Joao's down again. Another free kick to Sheffield Wednesday. It's getting to the point now where you kind of feel like they deserve something from this game. They've stuck to their task after going down to 10 men very early. Wallace runs over the ball. Kieran Lee will whip it in. It's flicked away by a Derby defender.
First man.
Here is Bannon now. Goes back towards halfway for Jack Hunt. Hunt takes a touch, lifts it back in there towards Tom Lees, who's headed it down. Can he find Lucas Schwau? He can. Edge of the box. Now Adam Reach. Now Barry Bannon to shoot just over the bar.
He's been quite poor, hasn't he, the official?
Lawrence's corner to the near post. Oh, it was a great little header there by, I think, Martin, and a good save by Kieran Westwood.
Very good save.
He's got 2 or 3 big saves in the game, Westwood. Now Tom Lees. Lees into midfield. Hooper with a nice pass. Kieran Lee across the halfway line. Across towards Jack Hunt. Can Wednesday get the equaliser here? Jack Hunt takes on Forsyth. Slips it in towards Bannon. He's scored from this range before. It's Bannon! Oh, just wide from Barry Bannon. It was flying towards the top corner. I thought he was going to do it again, John Newsom, but just wide, inches wide.
Oh, tell you what, you can always tell by the reaction of a goalkeeper. And
in League One. Ball over towards Russell on the right-hand side. Russell to the edge of the penalty area. Russell is held up and slips it through. Here's the chance for Johnson. It's it. And Bradley Johnson will win it for Derby. Wednesday have fought and fought and fought this afternoon. But they just got caught to the back as they were trying to push bodies forward, and it is Bradley Johnson who finally beats Westwood. It will be Derby's day. But the 10 men of Wednesday have fought hard this afternoon. It is Derby 2, Wednesday 0. Wisdom chests it down. Reach will try and get there. They've just about had the 4 minutes now as the ref looks at his watch. Russell runs over halfway, takes on Bannon. There's the full-time whistle. It's another defeat for Sheffield Wednesday. Beaten here by 2 goals to 0. The game heavily impacted by a 3rd-minute red card for Glenn Loovens on his return to the team.